category settings, this is where you will configure your checklist and your overall categories throughout daily, weekly, and monthly. Notice when you enter category settings, it's set up similar to the actual application itself. Things are separated by frequency of daily, weekly, and monthly. It tells you all the checklists and categories within each frequency, from total checklists to how many tasks are within. If you need to edit a category, you simply click Edit Category, and it'll give you the information, show you what checklists are in there. If you need to edit a checklist, go ahead and hit Edit Checklist, and it'll take you to the checklist within each category. Now, if we were to add a new category, simply Add Test 1. We have the option to select the department if we do so choose. Select the frequency. We're going to keep it on daily. And you can select one time, multiple time, or on demand. One time, this checklist will occur once throughout a day. Multiple times is you can pick periodically how many times a checklist will show up on a day within a time span. So say, for example, if you do 2 p.m. to, let's say, 4 p.m., the checklist will show up in 30-minute intervals, so essentially twice. And if you do on demand, this checklist can be added whenever the user chooses to. So we're going to set this one to one time, and the due date will be 4 p.m. On the side tab, you can add additional checklists into this category. Existing checklists will appear here. And add. Once that has added in there, it will show up with the rest of the daily checklists. And if you want to add a new checklist into it, simply click into the category, add new checklists. You can create a copy from an existing one or create a new one. If we were to create a new one, you would select the name, save, and then start adding tasks. Within a task, you can see that you can add a photo, the question, you can select what task type it is, yes, no, temperature, or thermometer. Remember, thermometer means that you have the Bluetooth probe with you and that you have it available to use. If not, temperature means manual entry. And see if the task is mandatory. You can toggle that yes and no, and declare the task as critical or non-critical. All critical tasks will show in the trend report as the health check report, so keep that in mind. And on the second tab is the corrective actions. You can simply choose from the corrective actions that are preset by the organization owner, or if you are the organization owner, you can simply add a new corrective action onto the corrective action section. Task explanation. This is if you need a deeper dive into the actual tasks. This comes in handy if the user is unclear to how to do the task. Helps them be self-reliant and more self-efficient when doing checklists. This one won't require any, so we're just going to simply add this. And the changes that will be made will reflect the next cycle, and you have the option to have it reflect during the current cycle as well. Once that's complete, your checklist and category are set.